You're watching TSN, the sports network.
World Sport.
It's party time with the Lakers!
It's a kind of magic with the genial giant who showed that we all need friends.
The Braves get the chop and the Jays sing "We Are the Champions" when Canada has the time of its life.
It's got a bit more power than a bicycle race. It's a sheer heart attack.
There's no night at the opera at the Garden, just the fat-bottomed guys who want to break free.
We examine a crazy little thing called cricket.
One rule for one for another.
In Canada, it's just ice, ice, baby when Lindros finds himself under pressure.
And we take a canter in Hong Kong when we enjoy a day at the races. Now for the first look at this week's sports headlines.
The Grand Prix des Nations, the 12th and final round of cycling's World Cup, is run on the Spanish island of Mallorca. Holland's Johan Bruneel sets a blistering pace to take victory in the 56.5-kilometre time trial. Overall victory in the series looks a formality for Germany's Olaf Ludwig, with his rivals needing to win to snatch the title from him. Vuelta de España winner Tony Rominger of Switzerland takes second place behind Bruneel and claims runner-up in the overall classification. With Ludwig's other rivals unable to mount a serious challenge, the 1988 Olympic champion cruises to 14th place and succeeds Italian Maurizio Fondriest as the 4th World Cup champion.
Ludwig's compatriots are hoping to overcome 7 other countries in the Nations Cup Championship in Paris, France. The Germans get off to a winning start when Roman Saprikin of Russia is defeated in the individual pursuit by Jens Lehmann. On the final day, only France's Romain Rousseau can attempt to halt the German victory as he competes in the Tour Lancé, the 250-metre sprint. He sets an unbeatable time, but Michael Hubner's second place proves sufficient to give Germany overall team victory, with the hosts second and Russia taking third.
The international future of South African rugby is once more in jeopardy. The ANC and National Sports Congress cite a lack of development in the townships as a major reason why they're withdrawing their support. In the same week, the South African tourists lose to France in Paris 29-16.
In Rugby League's World Cup final, captain Mal Meninga leads Australia to a 10-6 victory over Great Britain at Wembley, London. The only try of the game is scored by Australia's Steve Renouf in the 67th minute.
Basketball superstar Michael Jordan arrives in court in Charlotte, North Carolina, subpoenaed to testify on behalf of James Slim Booler, standing trial on drug and money laundering charges. Booler, who received a $57,000 gambling check from Jordan, is found guilty, and Jordan's own golden boy image appears to have been badly tarnished by the affair.
One of the world's elite running events, the Chicago Marathon, has fallen on hard times. As other purses increase, the prize fund here has dropped by over 10% and fails to attract the world's best runners to the windy city streets. It's 29-year-old Brazilian José César de Souza who wins in a time of 2 hours, 16 minutes, 14 seconds. The first woman home is American Linda Somers, who wins in 2 hours 37:14.
Starting in Vienna, 55 runners from 11 different countries race the Austria-Hungary Super Marathon, a course of 350 kilometers that ends in Budapest. It's Hungarian János Bogar who comes home first. Bogar completes the equivalent of 8 marathons in just 4 days of running, spending a mere 23 hours, 44 minutes and 30 seconds on the road.
Madison Square Garden in New York provides the stage for the World Championship of Sirum, Korean-style wrestling. The traditional sport is said to have the same origin as sumo, as the pair on the sand-filled ring grab each other's belt or sapba and aim to throw the opponent down. Local challengers join in exhibition bouts, but American brawn is no match for the fighter who has mastered a 2,000-year-old technique. From a starting field of 15, it's King Chung-fil in the orange belt and Oh She-yang who proceed to the final. Kim throws Oh to the ground and becomes the new world champion, taking home a silver ball trophy.
In Columbus, USA, black belt Ken Brooks makes an attempt on the karate chopping record for boards broken within 1 minute. The American succeeds by destroying an incredible 403 1-inch thick pine boards in the 60 seconds.
This show is brought to you in part by Pepsi. Pepsi, gotta have it.
Wait! I'm having a snack attack!
Captain Nibbler, to the rescue! With cheese nibblers from McCain, the delicious, nutritious snack that satisfies your sudden hunger as only the taste of real cheese can. McCain makes nibblers from cheddar, mozzarella, Monterey, marble cheese, and convenient single snacks and multi-packs. So when you feel a snack attack coming on, grab a McCain cheese nibbler. Now available in pizza and nachos.
In ice hockey's NHL, the Boston Bruins in brown travel to the Olympic Saddle Dome to face the Calgary Flames. Sweeney helps the visitors into the lead. Roberts ties the match with his second. However, Donato secures victory as the Bruins run out winners 4-2. In Quebec, Eric Lindros is derided for his childish behavior. The ex-Nordiques player didn't want to be part of French-Canadian culture. Having signed an $18 million contract with the Philadelphia Flyers, Lindros returns to his former club and is sensational as he scores twice. But Quebec have the last laugh as Ricci, one of the players traded for Lindros, scores to win the game.
A close relation to ice hockey, bandy stages its 19th World Cup in Ljusdal, Sweden. Despite the presence of 19 teams from 6 nations, it's 2 local clubs that get to the final. Sirius of Uppsala have the edge over Sandviken and lead 3-0 in the first half. The Russian Lomanov scores 4 goals for Sirius. And in the last minute, another Russian, Anyufrenko, completes the scoring when he makes it 7-0. Sirius take their first World Cup title.
In American football, the Indianapolis Colts in blue record the big upset of the day in Week 8 of the NFL when they defeat previously unbeaten Miami in the Dolphins' own backyard. Steve Emptman, the first pick in this year's draft, is the hero as he intercepts an end-zone-bound Marino pass and rumbles 90 yards for a touchdown. With half the regular season almost completed, there are no more unbeaten teams left in the league. Despite their shock defeat at the hands of the Colts, coach Don Shula's Dolphins still have the best record in the AFC East. New England remain the only team without a win in the league.
The touring Russia Tsars make an early impact when Edward Wisner scores against Western Kentucky in a match they go on to lose 45-15. But it's the Tsar's American coach who makes the headlines when he's arrested after the match for the non-payment of child support bills, which he claims are beyond his means.
For me to pay the kind of support that I've been ordered to pay in the 3 separate decrees, I'd have to make $50,000 to $70,000 a year. And I don't make that. I never made that kind of money.
The Augusta National, home of the U.S. Masters, is the focus of the Olympics' latest sports revolution. After the return of tennis and basketball professionals, golfers could be next in line. The Atlanta Committee chairman puts forward their proposal.
The Atlanta Committee for the Olympic Games, the United States Olympic Committee, the World Amateur Golf Council, the Ladies Professional Golf Association, the Professional Golf Association of America,